I'm Jolene Jenevive Pillay. I'm 21 years old and I've been doing awareness from the age of 15. I really look forward to being a part of the Survivor Network and I know it's going to make a huge difference. I was 18 years old when I left home, and at that point in time, I was looking for a place to lease. So when you go and apply for lease, they ask you for 3 months bank statement or pay slips and an ID. And the first thing any property owner does is they look at my date of birth and they say, okay, you 18 years old, so where's your parents? Where's your family? Is anybody going to be looking for you? Are we going to have any problems? Is the police going to be looking for you? And that's something that particular point in my life was I was trying to build my life up, and there was people more concerned about me being another teenage runaway or another pregnant runaway, and that was not what I was doing. I genuinely was building up my life by I had a job at the time, had a good job, and I was going, that was the beginning of my life. Start by getting a home and gaining my sense of independence. And then you get people questioning the fact that, okay, is she this? Is she that? Is she pregnant? Is she running away from home? Are there going to be people looking for her? And that was not what I needed at that time. At that point of my life, I felt the need that I need to defend myself in that situation, to let people know that I'm not running away because I don't want to live a strict lifestyle, or I'm not running away because I'm pregnant, or I'm running off with a guy. At that point in my life, I wanted to build my life. I wanted to gain my sense of independence. I wanted to accomplish something for myself. And those assumptions really affected me at that point in my life. And it was only until later on I realized that I don't need to explain myself to anybody. I don't need to explain myself to anybody that's not going to be there for me, that's not going to support me in this journey. And that's when I realized that you don't need to let somebody's assumption or ignorance affect the way that you want to live. Being a young female, you always get told, don't take lifts from strangers, don't talk to people you don't know. And that's something that sticks with you. And I didn't feel threatened until late last year. So I wasn't well at work and I had no other transport, so I had to take an Uber. I requested for an Uber which comes to the front of my company building, and there was some sort of strike going on, so he didn't have a number plate, but his vehicle did match the description that was sent to me. Now I look at the guy and he pulls out his number plate from the front seat and he says, you know what, it's safe, you can come in. And at that point, I was a bit reluctant, but because I was so unwell and he did show me the correct number plate, I had no other choice. So I got in. And the ride was fine in the beginning, and then he started making conversation with me. At first, the conversation was very general, and I wasn't reluctant to answer anything like that until the questions started becoming a little bit more sexual, a little bit more intimate. And I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, I'm unwell, and what do I do? Because I'm already in this vehicle now. So I try to keep the conversation as short as possible, try and dead end the questions, and that's not something that any female should encounter. You shouldn't feel threatened just taking a daily transport or taking a public transport. And that's a fear that's been instilled in me. So up until this day, it's very difficult for me to just request an Uber and just jump in. It it's something that you can't do. You can't do because there's so many statistics that's going on where public transport, girls are getting kidnapped. And most recent one in South Africa was a 5-year-old baby girl who was sent with an Uber, and she was found dead in a park. And that's something that scares you to your being. Just because you're female, you getting picked on as the weaker, and that is a daily battle. More than anything, that is a daily battle. Personally, I feel what contributes to rape among youth is the fact that people are not educated enough on this issue. They're not educated enough to be told, okay, should this happen, this is what you need to do. Do not feel embarrassed. Do not be embarrassed that society is going to shun you, or society is going to think this of you. They need to lose that mentality. They need to lose that mentality. Boys and girls need to be educated on this, and most importantly the community, because the community feels the need to hide this because it's too embarrassing, or it's not a norm. And it turns out to be that this is happening day in and day out, and people don't know about it because nobody wants to speak out. Categorizing females in the sense of don't wear this or don't use that, or this is too revealing or this is too short. Start educating females, start educating males about this is what should be done, this is what shouldn't be done. Get connected to the correct groups, get connected to the correct people. There's always people there that's going to help you. There's always the correct groups that are going to help you and get you through things like this. It does not always have to result in suicide. It does not. And if there's anything I can leave you with, it's never let your circumstance or situation define who you are. Remember, you are stronger. You are a powerful human being, for you are fearfully and wonderfully made.